advocating a law that says that an unborn baby can be aborted up to the moment of birth for any reason, are you not?
Let me clarify what the 14th Amendment says in the for purposes of an intellectual discussion. I'm happy to have that with you, but
Well,
that's
then
not the tone of...
could you answer my question? Do you support, please? I mean, you teach. Professor Goodwin, help me understand your point of view. I think this is a yes or no question. Do you support it being legal to abort an unborn child up to the moment of birth?
Senator Kennedy, it is not a yes or no question. I support women like Ms. Zarowski. Women across this...
No, ma'am, I don't. I think it is a yes or no question.
No, well, let me answer.
If there were a law that's, I'm just trying to understand your perspective, and I'm not accusing you of this.
Of course
but,
not.
But, you know, people sort of talk around this issue. If there were a bill that said that a woman has an unfettered right to abort an unborn baby for any reason up to the moment of birth, would you vote yes or would you vote no?
Senator Kennedy, I refuse to be shackled by your question. What I have answered is that there are conditions that occur during pregnancy.
You don't know whether you would vote yes or no?
There are conditions during pregnancy that mean after 10 weeks,
no,
14 weeks,
I said
20 weeks,
discretion.
24 weeks,
you
conditions
you
such
would
as
support,
Ms. Zarowski.
You're here advocating.
I would support her life.
I
would support her
too,
personhood.
But you're advocating a law.
I support her personhood.
You're advocating a law that says that an unborn baby can be aborted up to the moment of birth for any reason, are you not?
Let me clarify what the 14th Amendment says in the first sentence, that citizens of this United States are individuals that are born. That is what our Constitution says.
But
Do
why
you
won't
support
you
our
answer my question, Professor? I'm not trying to argue. I just want to understand what your position is, and I think you're afraid to say that you do support that. If you do support it, I think you, just for the purpose of an intellectual discussion, you ought to just say so.
For purposes of an intellectual discussion, I'm happy to have that with you, but
well,
that's not the tone.
Could you answer my question? Do you support, please? I mean, you teach, okay? I'm sure you've had students ask this question. Do you support making it legal to abort an unborn baby for any reason, up to the moment before birth?
Senator, let's have that intellectual discussion that you want.
We could start if you'd answer my question. I can't go to my next question until you answer that question.
I want you to be able to go to your second and your third questions. I do. But as I have explained, there are many different conditions.
No, I said unfettered discretion, no conditions. I'm making it easy for you.
Well, I've already shared with you, Senator, that I support women's
I don't want to use all my time. You're not going to answer it, and that is your right. But I would respect you more if you just say, "Here's my answer."
I'm sorry that you don't respect me very much.
I do respect you, but I said I'd respect you more if you just answer my question. Doctor, tell me how to say your last name.
Rubenhorst.
Ms. Dr. Rubenhorst, do you support a law that would allow, for any reason, unfettered discretion, the abortion of an unborn child up until the moment of birth?
No.
You don't. Dr. Verma?
Senator Kennedy, so I'm the one doctor in this room that does provide abortion care, and I can tell you that does not reflect the reality of abortion care.
I understand. I'm just asking a question.
It simply doesn't
But do you support it? There are bills before Congress that will allow that to happen. You don't support it, or are you going to not answer my question?
As the doctor in this room who does provide abortion care, that is not how abortion care in this country works. It's a hypothetical that does a disservice to our
But if a patient came to you and said, I'm going to probably have a baby this week, and I've changed my mind. And I would like you, doctor, to abort the child. Would you do it?
That is not how abortion care in this country
But if a patient did, would you do it?
My job as the doctor is to look at each individual situation.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I can tell neither you nor the professor will answer my question. I think you both have an opinion, and I don't understand why you won't share it.
One simple question. One witness after another, and repeated attempts to get a direct yes or no answer. During a heated Senate hearing, Senator John Kennedy challenged abortion rights witnesses on one of the most controversial issues in America: whether abortion should be legal up to the moment of birth. What followed was a tense exchange that quickly became one of the hearing's defining moments. Kennedy opened by asking Professor Goodwin what he described as a straightforward question: would she support a law allowing abortion up until the moment of birth? Instead of answering yes or no, Professor Goodwin argued that the issue couldn't be reduced to such a simple response and said pregnancy involves many different medical circumstances. Kennedy pushed back, repeatedly asking whether she would support legislation permitting abortion at any stage of pregnancy for any reason. The exchange grew increasingly tense as both sides disagreed over whether the question itself accurately reflected the legal and medical realities surrounding abortion. As the discussion continued, Kennedy said he believed the witness was avoiding the question, but he argued that for an honest public debate, Americans deserve clear answers from experts invited to testify before Congress. Professor Goodwin maintained that the senator's hypothetical failed to capture the complexities of pregnancy and constitutional law, while Kennedy insisted that lawmakers needed to know exactly where witnesses stood on proposed legislation. The back and forth highlighted just how deeply divided opinions remain on abortion policy in the United States. If you're enjoying our coverage of major Senate hearings and the biggest moments from Capitol Hill, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest hearing highlights. Now, let's get back to the exchange.
Going to solve this problem.
I've provided care for a few years, and I've never seen that situation.
How about you, Doc? Would you?
I do not support unfettered abortion, and I would like to point out that if a woman did have a life-threatening condition in pregnancy past approximately 22 weeks, that baby can be delivered alive by induction or C-section, and we can try to save that baby. The intent of abortion is a dead baby, and that is not necessary in that situation.
I mean, I want you to all understand where I'm coming from. This is a tough issue. And it's a tough issue because there's some tough questions we've got to answer. And when you won't answer the questions, when you're invited by my Democratic friends, the majority, and you won't answer the most fundamental question, we've got a bill in front of us that will basically say a woman has the unfettered right to abort at any time for any reason up to the moment of birth. And that's a gut check issue. And I would expect you as experts to answer that truthfully, how you do it. Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Ossoff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all of the witnesses for joining us and sharing your experiences and perspective. It's been tremendously impactful to hear from you. And Mr. Chairman, I do want to note and acknowledge that we have a Georgia physician with us, and Dr. Verma. Thank you for your work providing health care for Georgia women at a time when
Kennedy then directed similar questions to physicians appearing before the committee. One doctor said she did not support unrestricted abortion and explained that, in cases involving serious pregnancy complications later in pregnancy, doctors can often deliver the baby rather than perform an abortion. Another physician emphasized that medical decisions are made based on each patient's individual circumstances and argued that Kennedy's hypothetical did not reflect how abortion care is actually practiced. The witnesses differed in their explanations, but both stressed that complex medical situations require individualized judgment. As his time expired, Kennedy expressed frustration that he had not received what he considered a direct answer. He argued that Congress was debating legislation involving fundamental questions about abortion rights and that lawmakers should clearly understand the views of expert witnesses. The hearing underscored the continuing national debate over abortion, with lawmakers and medical experts presenting sharply different perspectives on how the issue should be addressed. The exchange demonstrated why abortion remains one of the most debated issues before Congress. Supporters of abortion rights argue that pregnancy involves complex medical and personal circumstances that cannot always be addressed through simple hypotheticals. Opponents argue that lawmakers must establish clear legal boundaries and expect straightforward answers from expert witnesses when debating proposed legislation. What do you think? Should witnesses answer hypothetical legislative questions with a simple yes or no, or do these issues require more detailed explanations? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this hearing breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.